Ever had a boring sprint retrospective? Well, you're not alone, but fear no more, we're about to change that. Now, for those of you who might be new to this, a sprint retrospective is a meeting held by a project team at the end of a sprint to reflect on what happened and how to improve things moving forward. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? But here's the kicker. These meetings can often turn into a monotonous routine, draining the life out of even the most enthusiastic developers. And that, my friends, is where we come in. With a pinch of creativity and a dash of fun, we're here to help you revamp your retrospectives. From the good, the bad, to the downright ugly, we're going to cover it all. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. So buckle up as we dive into the top 5 ideas to spice up your sprint retrospectives. Ever watch that classic Western movie? Well, we're about to bring some of that Wild West flair to your retrospectives. Imagine your team as a band of cowboys, each with their own unique skills and quirks. At the end of a hard day's ride, you all gather around the campfire and it's time for a good old retrospective. You've got your categories laid out: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now let's start with the good. These are the moments when your team rode like the wind, where you all hit your targets and the code flowed like a mighty river. Maybe it was the way Jill debugged that pesky issue, or how Jack's design was a hit with the clients. This is where you tip your hat to the successes and give a hearty yee-haw for the things that went right. Next, we mosey on to the bad. This isn't about pointing fingers or starting a saloon brawl. It's about acknowledging the tumbleweeds that got in your path, the obstacles that slowed down your ride. Maybe the communication wasn't as clear as the desert sky, or perhaps the deadline galloped away faster than expected. It's all about recognizing what didn't go as planned and finding ways to saddle up better next time. And then we come to the ugly. This is where you face the rattlesnakes and the dust storms head on. Maybe it was that gnarly bug that kept rearing its ugly head, or the disagreement that had everyone at each other's throats. It's not easy to face the ugly, but remember, it's only by staring it down that you can find a way past it. But here's the thing, folks. This ain't a one-man show. It's a team rodeo. So every cowboy and cowgirl gets to have their say. Whether it's a yee-haw for the good, a darn it for the bad, or a we'll get 'em next time for the ugly, every voice matters. Remember, in this wild west of sprints, every cowboy's opinion counts. Our matey, ready to set sail on the sea of retrospectives? Welcome aboard the good ship Sailboat, where we navigate through the choppy waters of sprint retrospectives with a nautical flair. Now let's imagine our sprint as an adventurous sailboat journey. The wind in our sails represents the forces that propel us forward, while the anchors symbolize the obstacles that weigh us down. The islands we spot on the horizon, those are our goals. The sailboat technique is about identifying the winds that push us forward and the anchors that hold us back. It's about charting a course towards our islands, steering clear of the treacherous rocks of unmet objectives and the whirlpools of missed deadlines. In the high seas of software development, your wins might be a highly productive team member, a successful implementation, or a particularly smooth deployment. These are the gusts that fill your sails, pushing your project towards those glittering islands of success. But beware, matey, for every wind there's an anchor. It could be a bug that just won't squish, or a feature that's as elusive as a mermaid's song. Perhaps it's a process that's more tangled than a sailor's knot. Whatever it is, it's dragging you down, slowing your progress, and it's time to hoist that anchor out of the water. The beauty of the sailboat technique is its simplicity. It's easy for every member of your crew to understand. It encourages open discussion and helps identify both achievements and areas for improvement. So grab your captain's hat and your spyglass. It's time to plot a course. Identify your wins, acknowledge your anchors, and set your sights on those tantalizing islands. Remember, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. It's the challenges, the storms, and yes, even the pirates that make the journey worthwhile. So, hoist the anchor and let's set sail towards a better retrospective. Let's navigate the turbulent waters of software development together, and may the wind always be at your back. Enjoying the journey so far? Then why not join us for more? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to ensure you don't miss out on any of our future Agile Hub adventures. We have plenty more creative, insightful Scrum tips and awesome content coming your way. Now it's up and away with our next idea, the hot air balloon. where we'll be soaring to new heights. And remember, your feedback is the wind beneath our wings, so don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for being part of our Agile journey. Now let's get back to the adventure. Ever wanted to fly? Well, now's your chance. Welcome to the fourth scene of our journey, the hot air balloon. It's a unique and uplifting approach to sprint retrospectives, and I promise it's going to be a breezy ride. Imagine your team as a hot air balloon. You're all together in the basket looking out at the vast expanse of your project. Now, what's keeping this balloon afloat? That's right, the hot air. The successes, the positive experiences, the things that worked well. These are the forces that propel your balloon, your team, higher and higher. They're the winds beneath your wings, the helium in your balloon, if you will. But hold on, what's this? We're not soaring as high as we should be. Could it be? Yes, it's the sandbags. These are the issues, the challenges, the obstacles that have been weighing you down. They're the thunderclouds on your sunny day, the lead weights in your balloon. But don't worry, we're not here to rain on your parade. Instead, we're here to identify these sandbags and toss them overboard. The hot air balloon technique is all about that, identifying what lifts your team up and what brings it down. It's a fantastic way to visualize the factors that influence your team's performance. And let's face it, it's a whole lot more fun than a boring old meeting room. I mean, who wouldn't want to be part of a hot air balloon ride? You get to wear those snazzy goggles, the wind in your hair, the sun on your face, and best of all, you get to throw things overboard. Not your teammates, of course, just those pesky sandbags. So next time you're planning a sprint retrospective, why not give the hot air balloon a try? It's a high-flying, fun-filled, and most importantly, effective way to identify and address the highs and lows of your team's journey. Remember, every cloud has a silver lining, even in sprint retrospectives. Fasten your seatbelts. We're taking a ride on the retrospective highway. Picture this. Your team is a speed car revving through the sprint track. Now, every car has a gas pedal and a brake, right? In our scenario, the gas pedal represents factors that accelerated your progress, while the brake, well, you guessed it, signifies what slowed you down. Imagine the thrill of speeding up, the wind in your hair, or the frustration of slamming on the brakes. That's exactly what we're here to discuss. The speed car technique is all about identifying those gas and brake moments from your sprint. But remember, it's not just about pointing out the potholes or celebrating the nitro boosts. It's about understanding how to navigate better. Maybe you need a better map. Perhaps the driver needs a caffeine boost, or possibly the tires need some air. Every detail matters on this high-speed journey. And let's not forget about the pit stops. They're not just for refueling, but for strategizing, for fine-tuning your machine, and for team huddles. These pit stops are your retrospectives, your opportunity to gear up for the next lap. So keep your eyes on the road and hands on the wheel. Retrospectives are about to get a whole lot more interesting. Who doesn't love a good superhero story? Now, it's time to become one in your sprint retrospective. Imagine, if you will, your team gathered around the virtual table, each one donning a cape and mask. In this scenario, each team member is a superhero with their own unique superpowers. These superpowers are the skills, abilities, or even the quirks that help them navigate the sprint. It could be the invisible debugging man who has a knack for finding those elusive bugs, or the time bender who always manages to meet deadlines no matter how tight. But even superheroes have their weaknesses, their kryptonite, if you will. This is where things get interesting. Each team member also shares what hindered their progress during the sprint. It could be a communication black hole that sucked in all the details, or maybe the multitasking monster that kept them from focusing on one task at a time. This superhero retrospective is not just about identifying strengths and weaknesses. It's about fostering a team spirit, creating an environment where everyone feels valued for their unique contributions. It's about turning those weaknesses into strengths and finding ways to defeat that kryptonite once and for all. So, put on your capes. Retrospectives are no longer a villain to fight against. Instead, they're an opportunity to band together, to overcome challenges, and to come out stronger on the other side, just like a real superhero team would do. As we reach the end of our journey, we want to take a moment to thank all you superheroes out there. You've joined us in this exciting quest, exploring the world of retro time, sailing through the good, the bad, the ugly, and even taking flight in a hot air balloon. You've revved up your speed cars and, most importantly, donned your superhero capes, ready to take on the world. We hope you've enjoyed this journey as much as we have and that you'll take these retrospective ideas into your next sprint. Remember, every superhero team needs a plan, and these retrospectives are just that, a plan to navigate the challenges ahead. We invite you to share your experiences, your victories, your kryptonites, right here in the comments section. We can't wait to hear how you've transformed your retrospectives and defeated your own villains. Remember, retrospectives are not just about looking back, but also about moving forward. They're about learning, growing, and becoming the superheroes you were always meant to be. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy sprinting, superheroes.